Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Indie Reads Aloud. Today, we are sharing a new story from children's book author Donna Neumann. She lives in Michigan with her husband, Chris. Their two adult children, Cody and Annie, and their grandson. And I'm so happy to have you back, Donna. Thanks for coming back again.
Thank you for inviting me back.
I will always invite you back. I love your work.
Thank you.
Today you're going to be reading from a book called I Can't Give Him a Valentine. Um, can you give me a little bit of an idea of how you started writing for the quiet child, the child who isn't part of mainstream celebrations?
So I'm a teacher and I went to a conference, and when I was at this conference, one of the sessions I went to was talking about books and making sure that every child has a book that represents them. They kept saying books are mirrors. So children should be able to see themselves. Books are windows so that children should be able to see other people's viewpoints. So it's all about inclusion. So, as a teacher, I have tons of books that are about holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, Easter. I even have books about Kwanzaa, but there was no book for that child who may not celebrate a holiday, or maybe that child who does celebrate the holiday, but they may not celebrate it the same way. Um, so I decided that that series of books needed to be written. So I started writing them.
I think it's a great idea. I love the inclusion. I love that you're giving little people an opportunity to see something that maybe they didn't know was out there. Um, I know that when I was a child and I got my first taste of a Hanukkah story, being raised a Christian, I didn't know about Hanukkah until I got to kindergarten and somebody said, "Oh, there's this other holiday." So I really appreciate the fact that you're opening that door of understanding for little people. And I've said it before and I want to say it again. I think you should get a medal of valor for being a kindergarten teacher because I think what you do with little people is amazing.
Yes,
Um,
they keep saying we what we need in kindergarten world is a boost of energy every once in a while, especially as we get older.
yeah, especially. Um, Tell me a little bit about your illustrator.
Okay, so I work with an illustrator. Her name is Alexandra Russo. I did not know her personally, but what ended up happening is when I was looking for an illustrator, there was two or three different samples of works that I was given by a couple of different artists, and I really liked what she had. So we sent her a page of my book. And we just said, "Hey, how would you illustrate this?" I didn't give her any like, "Hey, I want this or that." I just sent her a page. And the illustration here, I don't celebrate anything. This was the illustration she sent back. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that's what I envisioned my and the porcupine to look like.
It's
So we are
so
now working on book
wonderful.
four
Book
together.
four. It's so wonderful. It's such a cool thing. I love how she gives such distinctive personalities to all of your characters. I just think she does an extraordinary job.
And she's up for the challenge. So in the book that I'm gonna talk about a little bit more today, we introduced my son Cody as the newest character, and it's very specific. Cody is hearing impaired. He had to be wearing a green hearing aid. And so Cody has a black belt in martial arts, so he needed to be able to wear martial art. So I gave her those and she was quickly able to add them in just the
Yeah.
way I envisioned them. So
Yeah, no, she did a
yeah,
great job. It's almost like she had a direct conduit into your imagination.
right.
And that really is
Yeah,
the talent of a great artist.
yeah. Oh yes. So I'm excited that she had availability to work with me for book four.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I love the continuity of the books. I mean, there's no question who we're reading about when we open one of your books because everybody looks so similar and
Yeah.
there's no deviation from one book to the other. So I'm super excited about that. I can't wait for you to read this story for us. This is I Can't Give Him a Valentine by Donna Neumann. When you're ready, please take the microphone and read
Okay.
aloud.
I'm going to share my screen so you can
Awesome.
read along with me. Can you see it now?
There it is.
Okay. 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 So Annie has a new neighbor named Cody. He moved from Pinewood City, which is a place Annie has always wanted to visit. It looks so glittery, and Annie loves glitter. Cody had a pickleball court in the backyard. He is out there all the time playing. It looks like fun. Last week, Cody came to school in his Tae Kwondo uniform and did a demonstration. It was so cool. Plus, he has a purple belt, which is Annie's all-time favorite. But the best thing about Cody is his hearing aid. If he takes it out and cups it in his hand, it whistles. When he does it during class, the teacher can't figure out where the whistling is coming from. It's the funniest when he does it during silent reading. Everyone thinks Cody is amazing. Annie thinks he is more amazing than carrot cake, but Annie is worried. Everyone is planning to give Cody gifts at the class Valentine party. But Annie's family doesn't do Valentine's gifts. Annie is afraid Cody will like the other kids more than her because they will be giving him gifts. Julie's giving him a heart pillow with a pickleball on it. Rhonda is going to give him glitter crayons and a sports coloring book, and Maggie is giving him sports stickers. But Annie doesn't have anything to give Cody. In fact, Annie won't even be going to the party. Her Aunt Connie is going to pick her up for lunch. Aunt Connie is Annie's favorite aunt, and she usually loves spending time with her, but today all Annie can think about is not being able to give Cody a gift. She's sure he will like all the other kids more, and that makes Annie sad. As she climbs into Aunt Connie's car, she wonders which gift Cody is going to like best. Aunt Connie interrupts her thoughts. What's up with the glum face? You ready for our adventure? I do not have a glum face, says Annie. Oh, but you know, if you keep doing that, your face might get stuck that way. Annie chuckles. No, it won't. But she quickly smiles. But the smile doesn't stay. After they eat a lunch of asparagus tacos and carrot cake milkshakes, all Annie can think about is Cody's Valentine box filled with gifts. Who will he choose to be his best friend? Then Annie has another thought. What is he going to think when he doesn't see a gift from her? Is he going to think she doesn't want to be his friend and that she's an awful person? The more Annie thinks about it, the sadder she gets. She shouts in her head, he doesn't know. I can't give him a Valentine. Annie sighs, knowing it's too late to worry about the party. But she does worry. She worries while riding bikes to the park and when painting rocks that they found on their ride. She even worries when her and Aunt Connie dance and sing their favorite song, 10,000 Quills. Annie really wants to be Cody's best friend, but she knows Cody's at school right now, making new friends and choosing his best one. Sour pup, Aunt Connie asks. You've been a sulky porky all day. I am not sulky, answers Annie. Definitely can't tell with that upside down frown, Aunt Connie says as she taps Annie on the nose. If you aren't going to tell me, I'm not going to make popcorn and watch Porcupine in time. That's Annie's favorite movie, and Annie knows Aunt Connie is serious, so she sighs and tells her about how amazing Cody is. She talks about the Valentine gifts everyone is giving him, and by the time she gets to telling her why she's worried that Cody is never going to be her friend, she is crying in Aunt Connie's lap. Wow, that is a lot of stuff to worry about, Aunt Connie says, handing Annie a tissue. No wonder you have been a sour pup. Why do you think Cody won't be your friend? Annie takes a deep breath, sighs, and says, "Because I can't give him a Valentine." So, because you aren't giving him a present, he won't like you? Aunt Connie asks. Yes. Do you really want someone to be your friend only because you gave them a present? Because I think that isn't a real friend. Annie knows her aunt is right, but still deep down she's worried. Cody is never going to be my friend. Aunt Connie pats her head. I think you need to give him a chance. Before Annie can respond, the doorbell rings. It's Cody. "What's to you? I brought you your homework." Annie tells him about her afternoon with Aunt Connie. She even introduced him to Aunt Connie and shows him her painted rocks. Oh, you were so lucky, Cody says. Your day was much more fun than mine. Didn't the class have the Valentine party? Ugh, Cody says, I don't like Valentine's Day. I don't like parties, and I don't like getting presents. What? Annie is shocked. You don't like parties? Cody points to his hearing aid. Parties are loud and hurt my ears. I end up getting headaches. Makes sense, thought Annie. You don't like presents? People giving me presents makes me feel funny. Why are they giving me a present? They feel sorry for me? They want something from me? Valentine's is the worst because I think they won't like what I gave them or they'll just throw it away. Tony shrugged. I know that sounds silly. Kind of, thought Annie. Then she realized she didn't need a gift to show Cody she wanted to be his friend. She just needed to show him that she could be a good friend. She smiled at Cody. No, but would asking you to teach me how to play pickleball make you feel funny? Only if you're joking, chuckled Cody. As she ran to get her jacket, she saw Aunt Connie smiling. She smiled back because she knew that Cody was going to be a good friend, maybe even her best friend.
Thank you very much. That's an awesome story. I love the art. And there's a piece in that story where you're talking about all the carrot delectables. For anybody who's interested, Donna has the longest carrot something recipe on her website. So if you would like recipes that involve carrots, definitely go to her website. It's in the show notes and you can check it out there. However, you did deviate in a post recently and you did parsnips French fries?
Yeah, so turnip fries.
Turnip fries.
And every one of my books, because porcupines are vegetarians, I've tried to come up with, vegetarian type things. And I thought I was coming up with this very creative idea of turnip fries and her I want to be a birthday party, but come to find out there really is a thing called turnip fries. So
That's the
so I
part that
do
amazes me.
occasionally put a different
Yeah.
recipe in there.
That's the part that I think amazes me the most is that these are real recipes. You're not just making this stuff up. It's real
Yeah.
food, guys. Go check it
Yeah.
out.
A lot of them is stuff that I've actually like if I'd had like growing up for yeah.
So tell us about book 4. What's coming up next?
I'm currently working on book 4. I love my mother too, and there is a Mother's Day contest, and she really, really wants to win it because she wants to show everybody, including her mom, how much she loves her. But Mother's Day isn't about the gifts,
Right. Right.
and so
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's kind of how book 4 is going. We're in the process. We're in the illustration portion of it now, so we are working currently on illustration.
Any idea when it might be released?
I'd love to say it's going to be released before Mother's Day of this year, but I'm looking at probably a uh, soft one in probably June is what I'm thinking. I'm not
Okay.
100% positive. We kind of hit a couple snags.
Well, and it's important not to rush the artist.
Yes. And that's it. So
Yeah.
that's the reason we're just going to let her do her thing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming back on the program, Donna. I love it when
Thank you.
you share your stories with us. For anybody who wants to know more about Donna and her work, go check out the show notes. All the links and stuff are there. Thanks, Donna. Have an awesome day.
Thank you.